Welcome to this episode of Jesse Green Live. I got a special guest with me today, Wesley Spangler, movie producer, actor, entertainer, singer, songwriter, screenwriter, and all-around nice guy. Everybody welcome Wesley Spangler.
Hello.
Thanks for stopping by today. We just got done shooting a really funny little short.
Yeah.
We can't give away anything about it.
Oh,
right?
you can give away a little bit, I think, but just not the premise of it.
You give away what we can give away.
Okay, so
and I won't get in trouble.
I'm doing a film series now that I'm going to post primarily on socials. I'll probably put it on YouTube as well. But it's a series of about, hopefully 4 or 5 maybe, in the series of little short films, a couple minutes long, about gentlemen that have a propensity to be attracted to people that they wouldn't normally be attracted to, you would think. But it's not what you think. It's not that evil direction. This is a funny direction. So I hope you enjoy it. It'll be another little something to put on the socials and get your attention and hopefully put a smile on your face.
It is funny. We just got done shooting it, and it's going to be funny. Some of the things you wrote into the script. You're gonna enjoy it. It should be out in a year or so.
No.
I forgot. I'm dealing with Wesley here. I'm sorry. I thought I was dealing with other filmmakers.
Oh, I'm trying. Yeah. The main thing on this, you got to get, especially short films, out as quickly as possible. There's always things that are out there that are going to slow you down or hold you up from, achieving your goals on time. But you just got to keep working, find the time to do it, and hopefully, cross your fingers, you get your stuff on your schedule that you want it to be on.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to try to get these out, all 4 of them done, filmed within the next month or so, and then by December, hopefully everybody's going to be seeing them, if not sooner. I'll try to get them out even sooner.
Yeah, that's one of my pet peeves working in the independent film business.
Right.
You go out and work on projects and I had 12 or 13 at one time that weren't out. I'm not much better than that. I'm probably at 7, 8, 9 right now.
Wow.
But I know some of them won't ever come out.
Yeah.
And but Russell and I did a short, less than 9 minutes. But from the day we shot it, we had it ready to go into film festivals in 35 days.
Oh, wow.
Edit it and everything in 35 days. And I just wanted to do it to see if it can be done, because I might be putting, too much pressure on these filmmakers. It takes a couple years because it might be more work than what I thought it was going to be. So I thought, I'll go into the business, I'll try it, then that way, if somebody is apparently dragging their feet, I can put their feet to the fire, and say, look, I know it can be done.
Yeah.
Now, we had this edited by a guy named Rob Roy. We didn't do the editing, but he turned it around real quick for us, and that's what I like about working with you, Wesley, is this is the second film this is the third project.
Yeah.
I worked at Zero, and then Zero, it's not Zero 2, it's Zero.
Yeah, Rise of the Coven.
Rise of the Coven.
Yeah.
I worked on those 2, and then this will be the third project. And you turn them around quick.
We're trying. I mean, I've had a few, by all means, I'm by no means a accomplished or experienced filmmaker. This is like 01, as we'll call it, was initially just supposed to be a trailer, just a goofy trailer I was going to post on socials. And then I met this guy named Matt Burns. He knows all these people in the horror community and you yourself. And he said, well, hey, my buddy wants to be in this thing too. Okay, my other buddy wants to be in, my other buddy, blah, blah, blah. And it snowballed into 97 people total in this hour and a 30-minute project, or hour and 20-minute project. And it's posted online, as you can see.
And how many views does it have now?
135,000.
135,000 views.
I'm getting tired of watching it. I've watched.
Yeah, you can
I can only watch it 100,000 times, then it gets old.
Well, and the problem is they only let you watch it once a day.
I know,
to
really.
get credit. So that means you have to watch it. You know,
It's been 130,000 days.
Yeah,
It's getting old.
you put it on at nighttime while you're sleeping. Just start it and let it run at nighttime. Repeat.
I wake up with nightmares.
Repeat.
Oh, but that one, and it's funny that project, I think we wrapped it up in a few months for filming and then edited. It was within a year at the most. It was probably realistically between 6 months or so that it was complete and out there. I did another film called Home Invasion, which we filmed in one day. It was a short film about 8 or 9 minutes long. Filmed the entire film in one day, and it was edited within 2 weeks. So we had that online within 2 or so weeks.
Cool.
And there's other things that I have in the works. I see where some of these filmmakers are. They have all these ideas, and I'm spilling out ideas all the time in my head. The idea that we're doing today, or the project that we filmed today, was an idea I had driving home. I have a 12-hour drive home from Maryland to Tennessee, where I live, and I always think about these, crazy little projects or ideas, and then okay, let's just do it. And they're always, in my head, achievable, and they're always simple until you get in the real world, and all of a sudden, as you know, everything changes when you get to filming. So just cross our fingers some of these other projects will get out as sooner than I want them to, think they're going to be.
Now, I've heard through the grapevine when you wrote Zero, you didn't realize it was going to be as funny as what it turned out to be.
Oh,
Is that correct?
Yeah, I was thinking that, because I don't like horror movies in general. That's not my thing. Even though now it's been like 3 or 4 horror projects, I don't know. But this one, it's just an idea that I guess because it originated as a trailer for just this idea, and it turned into the film. Once you start filming it and getting the things on film out of my head, I guess I tend to be more comedic than horror. So maybe that's what shifted things that I would think would be horror, that the horror community is like, you think that's scary, man? Nah, that's funny. And they're like giggling, laughing the whole time. And then, of course, I embraced the humor and everything, and kind of played up some of the scenes where they were more comedic than horror. Because I didn't want it to be, even if I could, effectively make a super scary horror movie, I probably wouldn't want to. Because then I wouldn't watch it. I mean, I'd the word out and have nightmares. The first one that gave me nightmares as a movie, I saw the Ring. Oh, I was watching all these horror movies, these old classic ones, the newer ones from the Freddy Kruegers and everything else and stuff like that. And then I saw this one film. I watched it because I was like, it's whatever, it's a film. I'll check it out. That next night, I had the worst nightmare of my life, and I was like, I'm done. And I swore off of horror movies for probably years. I'd watch in passing some, but I wouldn't actively go out to find horror films. And oh man, it was like, and I watched a part of it the other day just to see if I could, handle it right now. And maybe I'm a little better, but man, that was some freaky stuff, man. I don't know. I would never make a film like that. It was. I'm sure when you're making it, of course, you're seeing it through the lens, and it's like not as an audience, and it's not as horrifying, as horrible, whatever you want to call it, as you would think. But oh man, that was a bunch.
Yeah, I've never really been a big horror fan. I watched horror movies, but when I first started in the business, people laughed at me and said, how can you make horror movies if you don't know anything about them? I go, you have to? That's a prerequisite? You have to?
I hope not. I'm in trouble.
I mean, because I have to really, I'm getting better, but I have to really think the difference between Jason and Michael Myers. I know one of them came out of a lake, one of them escaped, one of them wore a William Shatner mask backwards, one of them wore a hockey mask.
Oh boy.
But I have to really think which one is which one. They're like, are you kidding me? That's iconic. Now Freddy Krueger, I knew who Freddy Krueger is without a doubt, but those two I get mixed up. And but what I find is watching horror movies now, having been in the business for 10 years, I guess, I watch them more and watch scenes and go, how'd they do that?
Yeah.
How did they pull that off in the camera angles and stuff like that? And once you work in horror movies and you deal with fake blood and fake intestines falling out and heads getting chopped off, you look at it and go, that's not real. That's not, how'd they do that?
Yeah.
So it takes away a little bit of the horror part of it. You know, you watch it for the movie making. So
yeah, it's like the music and everything else. I told friends for years now, I can't listen to music as a regular person per se, because I always listen to what they're doing and how they're doing it, and I think automatically, how am I going to reproduce that? And it's not enjoying the songs.
Yeah.
So I try to listen to a lot of genres that are completely opposite of what I perform, especially. So I listen to a lot of 1980s music, even though I should have listened to 1990s stuff, stuff. I just didn't like 90s rock and pop, because it wasn't me. I liked 80s rock and pop. I like 80s country and 90s country, but I don't like 90s rock and pop music at all. I like the 80s stuff because it was fun. Even I joke about it. Even the sad songs were upbeat and fun because all that what do you call that bright colors and stuff, man. You can't help it. Like that decade, it was crazy. But I'll listen to more of that as opposed to what I perform as country, contemporary, newer country, because I don't read into it as much. I just enjoy the music.
Yeah,
and it helps. But if I listen to new country, I'm gonna I know this. He's doing this. Okay, blah blah. It ruins it for me.
Yeah.
So you can't enjoy it as an average person that doesn't perform. And like in your movies, like in I'm noticing I'm doing that more too. Watching these films for how are they doing these shots? How are they doing? How does this thing get achieved? How are they doing that effect or whatever?
And why'd they shoot from this angle?
Yeah, and all this just so much, man. I'll never be the filmmaker I would love to be, because there's too much to learn.
Right.
You just can't.
Right.
You just got to settle in with what you got, go with your groove, and just make it, what you can, and have fun with it. That's the main thing. You got to have fun.
Have fun, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's people in the independent film business that takes the fun out of shooting.
That's in every business.
In every business, yeah.
Shoot, man.
Yeah. But okay, you touched on it. It's a good segue into it. If you've never seen this man perform, you need to go see him perform. I saw him for the first time about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Excellent one-man show. And you have a band for some shows too.
Yeah, it depends on what time of the year. We'll either have more band shows than acoustic shows, or the opposite. It just depends, and the area too. I don't like doing acoustic shows. I joke about it all the time in my shows. I hate it, and I'll go into this little guitar riff here on the acoustic and fall asleep.
Yeah.
I don't like acoustic shows. They're boring to death. So I try to make the acoustic shows sound like band shows. And of course, when you see a band show, then we're like, it's all or nothing with our band shows. We have so much fun, and the energy's there, and we can do so many things that you can't do in an acoustic show ever. But there's some things you can do in an acoustic show that you really can't do in a band show. So each one has its trade, but I'd rather do the band shows.
But you really get the audience involved in your show that I saw.
Thanks.
It was a fun show.
Yeah.
They even got us up on stage to sing, which, if you noticed, Wesley, none of that has ever appeared on YouTube.
Oh, come on, I was waiting for it.
Oh no, because I watched it, and it's
You're learning editing. You can edit it out. do a voiceover of another.
I edited about a 20-second piece.
Oh man!
And we weren't singing.
Oh,
we weren't singing.
Hey, but you had fun though. You look like y'all had a blast.
Oh, it was fun. It was just when you went back in, it was fun to be there. Yeah. When I went back and watched it, it just looked like 3 drunks on stage with you.
Well,
we weren't drunk.
It wasn't?
We weren't drunk, but we looked like we were.
There you go. Well, think of it as that way. I mean, it's like the drunk person. You're always having fun when you're drunk.
Yeah.
The next morning, though, is another story. So.
Well, I don't drink that much.
Yeah.
Now,
all right.
Now, the cameraman here.
Whoa, is he drunk? Are you drunk, cameraman?
He'll imbibe
Are we moving, or is that the camera? Oh my God!
He'll imbibe every now and then, but yeah. So it was fun. If you ever get a chance, make sure you catch him or him in the band. And where's the best place to find out where you're going to be at?
All right, so easy peasy way is just look up WesleySpanglerLive.com. WesleySpanglerLive.com.
One more time.
WesleySpanglerLive.com.
That's 3 times. People remember it now.
There we go. You look up that, and then I'm on all the socials. Here's another joke I do. I do like 3 jokes in my shows, by the way. I'm not a comedian. I'm a musician. But I'm on all the socials you could ever think that I could be on. Your Facebooks, your Twitters, your Insta or X's, your Instagrams, your TikToks, your FarmersOnly.com, Pornhub, and more, like all this stuff. OnlyFans, I only have one fan. It's my wife, the woman that owns a rolling pin, but she doesn't bake. She keeps me aligned with it. But yeah, on all the socials, so check us out there. And of course, you know, YouTube and everything else. All my music's online. If you own an Android phone or an iPhone or Apple phone, you can find me on all those sites, whether you either stream music or you purchase it. You'll find me on Spotify, to Apple Music, everywhere in between. On, I guess, 30 different sources for that. And I perform in about 17 states on average. A lot in the Delmarva area and Pennsylvania as well. So a lot in this area, and Tennessee perform, it depends, around Nashville in that area. So if you're down in Nashville, find out when you're there, hit me up, let me know. I'll tell you where I'm at there.
And you live in Tennessee?
Yeah, live in Tennessee.
Wow.
I've been down there for 12 years. Originally moved to Nashville, then I moved to Gallatin, then I moved to Lebanon, then I moved to Crossville. Crossville is the golf capital of Tennessee. So if you want to go play some golf, bring your clubs. I'll take you out. Lots of golf courses.
And maybe next year, if you go on a cruise,
yeah,
you may see him on a cruise. He's done.
I did.
You've out for what, 3 months at a time? Something like that?
It depends. I'll do. The last one was through Royal Caribbean. I did probably 4 or 5 different cruise contracts. Some have been 2 months. Some have been 1 week long for country themed cruises. The last one I did for Royal Caribbean was broke up into 4 parts. So I did 4 separate contracts for about a month and a half to 2 months each, where I'd come home for about a week or 2 and then go back out. And they're fun. I mean, especially with the bigger ships. The last one was the Oasis of the Seas, which I think holds about 6,000 people or something like that. It's a lot. They have 2,500 crew members on that ship. So,
jeez.
Yeah, and they have me in several venues on the ship, so it's not the same venue. But they did have me on the one that they have on no other Royal Caribbean ship, and that's the Portside Barbecue. That's the Oasis of the Seas is the only ship you'll get on in the Royal Fleet that has the Portside Barbecue on it. So it's interesting. They had a country theme to that, so they had me over there. So the next one, they actually offered me something in February, but we'll see what pans out with that. So stay tuned. It all depends on my band schedule, my life schedule. You know, you have this thing called living too.
Yeah.
And then if all our little lines line up or whatever, then I'll probably go out again. We'll see. Usually it's only about 2-3 months at the most, if that. Most of them are a month, and some are only a week or 2. So we'll see.
But you can find out all that information on...
Yep, on WesleySpanglerLife.com. And all the other socials, because we post everything anymore.
Even Pornhub.
Yeah, I know. Pornhub. Maybe not. But
I thought you said Pornhub.
I did. That's a joke. I'm not on that. Please don't look me up on that. And if you find me on that, that's even worse. My God. Or OnlyFans.
Remember this face. Just go on Pornhub and look up Wesley Spangler.
Now you know they do deep fakes now, so somebody's going to deep fake me.
There you go. There you go. Think we could pull that off, Russell?
Oh my gosh!
Making a fake for Wesley on Pornhub.
No. Let's not say we did. Okay.
Okay. Don't look for him on Pornhub.
You can put me on my face on this guy I saw in this wrestling independent world called this Captain Decapitate.
Oh
dude.
Man, he had to. You put him up to this, didn't you? You put him up to this.
You can put my face on that dude, man. That would be awesome. Yeah.
Every damn podcast I do.
Really?
Everybody's got to bring that up one time.
Don't DDT me, please. Yeah. He's slithering. What was the guy that always did that? Whatever. There's somebody. I don't know.
With the snake?
Yeah. I never watched the wrestling that much, but I've seen it over the years in different videos from different generations. Y'all, if you were around during that old school stuff, man, there was, I don't know when it.
Do I look like I was around during the old school stuff?
Yeah, you're probably like 23. But anyway, so you ask your granddad about that. But I see these old videos, like, I don't know if they're from the 70s or 80s, but like the Hulk Hogan guys. My guy, I like the character. I don't know as much of what he did, but this guy called The Undertaker, do you know what I'm talking about? Oh man, that was a bad dude, man.
Yeah,
that was a good persona
he was around for a long time.
None, as I've seen, could ever compare to Captain Decapitate, though. That was a mean motor scooter, baby.
He's just buttering up to me now because he just screwed me over like 2 minutes ago.
Just don't stab me with your sword.
Now he's trying to. because
Anyway.
I was this close to ending this podcast, you know, and now he's
Editor, please.
Now he's trying to. I'm the editor.
Oh,
so,
okay.
You know, so you're.
Oh, it's cut.
So you're.
But cut.
Yeah. So you're cut. Yeah. That's all it's going to be. That's how good I am editing. It's going to be. And that cut.
Well, it's been a pleasure either way. Nice knowing you.
Yeah. Well, we just found out yesterday we were going to be shooting this thing today. That's what I like. This kind of, what do they call it? Guerrilla.
Yeah, guerrilla filming, man.
Filming,
that's
man.
crazy.
We just. What was it? Yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, I had an idea.
Late afternoon.
Yeah, I had an idea for it on Thursday. So we were trying to, you know, I had the time and wanted to do something while I was up here, because I'm up here so many times anymore, and I don't do stuff because sometimes you just wore out from shows, or you just don't have the logistics to pull it off. And today everything lined up, and I say, hey, Matt, you know, of course, go to the Matt, the casting director for everybody. And Matt, can you help me find some people? And we put out some feelers and then made a little
we got it
message
all,
group, and
found
we had enough
the
yeses.
location to shoot, and it turned out good. It was funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
It was funny.
Maybe
good. Next time, if you plan a little bit ahead, everybody will know their lines.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Including me.
It's funnier when you don't.
Including me.
On certain projects, it's okay.
Yeah.
If you know, you can improvise. I like the improvisation of some of these projects, especially like this. Now, feature film projects, that's a whole different story. You want to come in as book ready as you can.
Yeah.
But on these, you added a couple lines to this one that weren't in there that were actually really, really good. So yeah, it's okay to improvise sometimes.
Well, and there was something that we were involved with 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I had the lines actually on the guy's chest I was talking to.
Yeah. Hey, it helps, man.
Hey, you know, because it's not, you know, this isn't our full-time job.
Yeah.
You know, we're juggling regular jobs and shooting movies on the weekends.
Yeah.
And it's tough to remember lines.
I would equate
you know?
the finished film project, I would equate to playing golf and your golf score. When I show you my golf score, it doesn't show you what happened during that game. It shows you what the final score was.
That's right. That's right.
At the end of the editing process, you know, we'll fix it in the mix or whatever they want to say. But, you know, and of course, you know, you always want to strive like I do. Even in this, as you've seen, this project today could have been just filmed, you know, the whole thing on a phone, throw it out and just put it whatever. But we actually took our time, did some scenes several times, walked through
angles.
A couple of them.
Yeah.
And, you know, made it as close to what we wanted it to be as possible. And going that extra little mile, I think, helps in a lot of projects that wouldn't normally get that treatment.
Lots of times it doesn't take that much longer to do a couple extra takes.
Yeah.
Just to, you know, so that you have everything you need when you go to editing.
Yeah.
I know when Russell and I did Reminiscing, there's a scene in there that I'm not happy with the way it worked out, but when we went back and looked, we didn't shoot what we needed to do it any different.
Yeah.
That was the only thing we could do, and it's, you know, I've grown used to it. It's still not. It's only one scene, but and the thing is, nobody knows.
Oh yeah, it's like everything else. When you do something, you're going to notice it every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know now.
Yeah, but they don't know which scene it is. It's actually one of the scenes where Russell is talking.
Oh, now he's explaining it.
It's where Russell is talking, and it would have been nice to edit out what he said, but we couldn't do it, so it's in there.
Well,
now.
everybody's gonna see, like I said, their finished thing and say, I could have did that a little better. You always, and it's a good thing in a way, because you always want to strive to be better at what you're doing. And me, I'm not, like I said, an accomplished or experienced filmmaker at all. I'm just kind of fell into this thing. So, but I know enough to know that if you put a little bit more, if you're trying to get a minute worth of film, you better film 30 minutes worth of film to get that minute.
That's right.
You know, and that one extra time or take to say a line, instead of saying things like this, you can, instead of saying things like this, you can make that smoother, the flow, the transitions, everything. Yeah, just, and it difference probably in one take. And then some things you get magical takes, as you've seen, where you improvise scene or a mess up or whatever everybody thinks is a mistake, and it's like gold. You're like, oh man, if we could only plan this, that would have been a miracle, you know. But you can't, and it's just, you gotta hope for those. I mean, some of the scenes in Zero, when I filmed that, I looked at it once again as a golf analogy, where it's not like the full game. I was just looking at some shots during that game. Did I have a hole in one in it? Did I have a good, shot up to the green? And we had some scenes there with an improv trash thing where we were filming Shara in her scene walking up as a menacing little villain in this thing, and a piece of paper blows by. I'm like, grab the paper! We're digging through trash and throwing paper up to try to get that Wild West effect where the tumbleweed would blow by.
Up the alley. And
but now we got a little paper that's emulating a tumbleweed, and it just worked out fine. It was awesome.
I know when I'm on set and I can have any input, I tell the director to shoot even the rehearsals. Yeah. Because sometimes the rehearsal is gold.
Oh yeah.
It's like, yes.
Yeah, there's no pressure.
Just what I wanted.
Some actors and so feel the pressure, and then they'll deliver, this line. I'd like to see you today, but why not? What about? And they'll get on the camera. I'd like to see you today, and they're like freaking out. Yep. Oh man.
But it's so much fun. That's why, when I saw this come up on my Facebook feed yesterday, I was right. I can be there. Mm-hmm. I can be there.
Well, I'm glad you were. You added everybody. From it was you to Russell doing, of course, one of the best sound men in the business. Give him his business card. This is what you put up. Russell, sound man, director, actor, everything. Yeah. He's on Pornhub too, whatever. Yeah. Russell the Love Muscle. That's his new character name.
See, he even knows your name, so I know he saw you on. I know he saw you on there.
Anywho, so let's move on. What else you got before I get on down the road? Because I got a show today.
You got a show.
Yeah, in Bluemont. Well,
you got a show today.
Yeah, which will be in the future. In the past.
Which actually happened.
You can't change your past.
Weeks ago.
Make your future.
Yeah.
I need that whole line from Avengers Endgame.
In fact, what we can say is, you're seeing this podcast. He had a hell of a show on. What was the date? 7th of September?
Yes.
In Bluefield. Yeah, I hear it was Bluemont.
Yeah, don't take me down Bluefield. I'm going to get lost.
Bluemont, West Virginia on September 7th. I hear that was a hell of a show.
Yeah. And once again, don't go to Bluefield, West Virginia or Bluemont, West Virginia. Go to Bluemont, Virginia, and you'll see the show on the 7th.
Whatever.
It's all the past right now. It's all
one time.
We're coming to you from the future.
Yeah, at one time it was all Virginia anyhow. So,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
So Bluemont. Actually, I think I heard you inside there. I may correct you even further.
Uh-oh.
Isn't it Bluemont Station?
Yeah, Bluemont Station. It's a winery.
Okay. That's
nice place too. It's an excellent place to go and spend a day getting your drink on or eat on. They have food there too.
So if you can get there later on today, a few weeks ago, enjoy a show a few weeks ago.
You only need 88 miles an hour. You can get there.
I hear it was a great show.
Yeah, I heard.
Go on to what's the website?
Wesley Spangler Live.com.
And find out when he's going to be at Bluemont Station, Virginia.
In the future.
The next time, in the future. Yeah.
But that site will show you where we're going to be as soon as you see this video, too. So as soon as you see this, whenever it comes out, unless I'm retired by then, because the editors, they take forever, man, years sometimes. But, if you see this, you'll look it up on the website and see exactly where I'm at. And you could also catch the latest from Captain Decapitate and his wrestling expert. I'm done. I'm getting out of here.
I'm done. I'm coming up on my anniversary here in a couple months, and I think that's going to be the end of this pod. I'm tired of this freaking abuse. I'm tired of this abuse.
Yeah, in the future, though, he does actually bring Zero in full costume out on the wrestling ring and introduce them, and then they have a match. It's going to be awesome.
That would be good. That would be good.
Shara does a guest appearance as our evil little
zombie.
Yeah.
Evil. Mm-hmm. Oh, she is.
Y'all too. I guess y'all do Jello wrestling or something, but I don't know what I would be doing. I'd be standing like. Yeah. I'll just run around the room fast.
How are we gonna do that? How are we gonna do that live?
movie magic. I'm sure we can figure it out. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it'd be funny. If we could do what they call a cinematic match.
Oh.
Would this be funny? You shoot it at a regular wrestling match. So you got people out there, but shoot it and shoot the way you did to get your shoot.
Oh, yeah.
and do him in full speed, and
Yeah.
I'm in, and we got the audience sitting there. And it looks like it was shot live. That would be funny. Yeah. That'd be real funny to do.
Done. We'll
And
see you in
you-
the future.
In fact, I'll take the loss in that. You can and pin Captain Decapitate.
Oh my goodness, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Nobody's that strong. Not even Zero.
I don't know. I'm getting old. I've actually been involved in 2 matches. They were
Oh wow.
They were over the top rope battle royal.
Oh wow.
And one I got to stay in for a little bit and punch for a little bit.
Oh,
and
that's crazy.
then I finally said, I'm tired of this shit. And I crawled out under the bottom rope. Well, later on, the promoter came up to him and he goes, you probably could technically be the winner because you didn't go over the top rope.
Ah,
And then the last one I did,
smart.
I crawled in, and as soon as I got my feet in the ring, this big ass guy grabbed me and tossed me right over the top rope. But hey, I was in 2 matches.
There you go.
I was in 2 matches. I can't. Never thought I'd ever be in a real wrestling match, and I wasn't technically in either one of them. But
That's
on
good
the
enough for
record,
me.
I am.
That
On
would
the
be
record,
awesome.
I am.
Well, there you go.
So there you go. So look for the Zero. Is that your name in the? Is that your name in the
The
movie?
character's name is Johnny Barnes. His nickname or character name is Zero.
Oh,
So
okay.
Z-E-R-O. They just call him Zero. And the Zero is sort of play on zombie hero. So they call him Zero.
Oh, I was
So,
going to ask you that.
Yeah. So
I was
that's
going
where
to ask you where you
the-
got
yeah.
Zero from.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have to see if we can. We might have to see if we can work that out.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can find a Zero, the first one. It's just called Z-ERO on YouTube, and be a part of that $130,000, $130,000 views crowd. It's on there, and got to leave some horrible comments. I
And
love
if you
the
just-
comments more than anything. I
If
love
you
when
just
people
put it
say-
on repeat, then you'll have to get it up to 200,000.
Oh.
Just go on YouTube and put it, bam, bam, watch it over and over and over. and over.
You'll get a chuckle out of it. But believe me, this is not like something that's designed to scare you. This is just a
No, it's,
goofy, full-length film that we created. And it's just me just honing my skills and learning my craft that I want to get into, or trade I want to get into, and just having fun with it. And we had such a blast making it. The heart was over the moon with everybody just putting their 100,000% in, and it just made the whole film. If anything else, some films have family. This film had heart. All right, but thank you very much. Give it a watch.
There you go. There you go. And the funny parts in it are really funny. I know, and you said you didn't think there was humor in it. I know when we shot Anna Key, I told people before it came out, there is not one funny part in that movie for the hour and a half that it is. But it's amazing. You go watch it in a theater, and people laugh at parts. And then you're like, that was funny. But when you're shooting it, I think he said his
I think his battery's dying.
yeah, I think his battery.
Now his camera's fine. His battery's dying.
His
So we'll
battery's
see
dying.
y'all.
That's okay.
It's a long,
you gotta
long
if you got to
thing,
take a
too.
pee break, go ahead and take a pee break. The camera will sit there by itself.
Yeah.
You don't,
See you next time. It'll sit there. It'll
Yeah.
sit there until it dies.
so I guess he's telling us
We'll fade to black.
I guess he's telling us we got to go.
Yes.
So
Pleasure.
man, it was fun. I'm
Yes.
glad we were able to do this today. You be safe getting to Bluefield 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Bluemont.
On my way through Bluemont. I was going to Bluefield.
Yeah, Bluemont Plantation.
Yes. That'll work.
Bluemont, yeah.
Station.
Station.
See ya.
See you next week for Jesse Green Live in between, and in 2 weeks for the next edition of Jesse Green Live. Thanks for joining, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you later.
That was awesome. That was awesome.